Now I froze this and just took it out this morning to get it unthawed. So here it is. Now, you know, I don't do any measuring. So this chicken stock is 2 of these. Go ahead and get our beautiful mirepoix into the pot. And already you can smell that chicken stock. It absolutely smells beautiful. Give it a spoon. Okay, now for our spices and herbs. We're going to go ahead, there's some thyme, I would say about 1/4 of a teaspoon, and 2 bay leaves here. And classic chicken rosemary. We are going to put in about a palmful, like that. Now, we will do a little parsley now and a little parsley when we are serving, because they're both going to have different flavors. One's cooked, one's not going to be quite as cooked. So for right now, we're going to go ahead and use about 1/2 a palm to a palm. And again, this all depends on what you want to do. If you want more parsley or more rosemary, go ahead and do it. Now we're going to go ahead and get some fresh cracked black in there. And a little bit of salt. Now, we salted the stock when we were actually doing it initially. So you're going to want to let this cook for just a bit before we start tasting and salting some more. So you don't want to get it too salty because it's really hard. It's easier to put more salt in than it is to take salt out. Garlic is actually not really a traditional ingredient in chicken noodle soup, but there's very few things that I don't put garlic in. Plus, it gives us another opportunity to give you a lesson as far as mincing goes, because we don't want big chunks of garlic in our soup. We want it really nice and fine. Now, granted, you could go ahead and you can do a garlic press, which is going to smash it down into a paste, but just for now, we're going to learn how to mince. So we'll go ahead and get some garlic going. About 3 or 4 cloves, depending again on what you like personally. Now, to get this paper, is what it's called, off the garlic, we're going to go ahead and do a smash. Okay, just like that. And then the paper part comes right off just like that. And you're just left with a big chunk of garlic. Okay, now you've got your big chunks of garlic here, and we just certainly don't want to put that in our soup. You're going to go ahead and run your knife through just like we would do a chop or a dice. And we want to kind of break the garlic up just a little bit like this. This would be considered sort of a dice. It's getting smaller and smaller. The smaller it goes from chop to dice to a mince. Now what you're going to do is you're going to hold this, your left hand or right hand if you're left-handed. You're going to hold your knife firmly in this hand. You're going to put your palm of your hand on the back of the knife here. Then you're going to go ahead and rock your knife back and forth like this. Then you're going to pull your knife back and sort of pile everything back up again and sort of change the angle just a little bit. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to keep doing that back and forth. And you can see how finely chopped that garlic is. It is just shy of being squished completely to oblivion. And that's kind of what we want. We want to see that little bits of garlic in there. Now we'll go ahead, scoop this up, and we'll put it in our soup. And again, it's going to completely decide on what you want in your soup, on how much garlic or how much sage or how much rosemary you're going to have. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let this simmer for about 30 minutes. Let some of those flavors marry up, and when we get back, it will be ready to start adding the chicken. Welcome back. Now, it's been about 45 minutes, and can I just tell you that this kitchen smells like a tiny slice of heaven. That soup is boiled away, the flavors have married up. Now it's time to get the chicken going. Now we're going to get our meat board out, and we'll get our chicken. Okay, now what we've got here is we have got 4 chicken breasts. That just your regular average run-of-the-mill chicken breasts. Okay. Let's go ahead and drain some of that off. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and slice these up and put them in the broth. Now, the reason that we didn't do this originally to begin with is because if we let these sit and cook and cook and cook for the last hour, basically, in that chicken stock with the mirepoix and all the herbs and stuff, basically the chicken breast would turn into tasteless little bits. And we don't want that. We want them to be nice and flavorful. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut them into nice bite-sized chunks. Now you can see that I've just kind of cut across. And actually, you know what I forgot is a little trick. Take a paper towel, get it a little bit down, and put it under your board. And what that does, stops that board from sliding around on you so much. Alright, now I've sliced through here on the chicken in one way. Go ahead and just line it up and slice through. A nice good sharp knife is going to help do this even faster. So now you can see there that we've got the chicken sliced into bits that are, I'd say maybe a little shy of an inch all the way around. You don't want it to be so small that when it cooks down that you end up having sort of flaked chicken throughout your chicken soup. You really want that to be hearty, and you really want that to be noticeable. You want to know that you're eating chicken soup, and you know that you're eating the chicken. So go ahead and get the rest of these sliced up. Alright, we've got our chicken all sliced up. Cubed is pretty much the size that we've done. You can see that they're about yay big. Okay, go ahead and get this out of the way. Give our hands a little wash. And then go ahead and get this into our pot. Lid off here. Oh, can I just tell you, that smell is amazing. It smells like Mom's and Grandma's kitchen growing up. And hopefully you can get this in here without too much splashing about. Good stir, and already you can see that chicken start to cook up, excuse me, and just, it's beautiful. That is a beautiful thing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to cover this up for about another 30 minutes. Give that chicken a good amount of time to get nice and cooked all the way through. We are going to go ahead and turn this up just a bit, just a real soft boil. You don't want a hard boil on this, just to where it's sort of moving about. And when we get back, we'll do noodles. Okay, our chicken soup has been simmering away for about 30 minutes. It's almost ready. But now what we need to do is think about some noodles. So let's see what we've got. Okay, we're going to use just a traditional egg noodle here. And these take about 20 minutes to cook. Just go ahead and whatever pasta you get, go ahead and just follow the directions. But cook it separate from your soup. And I'll explain that when we get back. So we're going to go ahead and get some water salted, boiled, and get our pasta going. And when we get back, we'll be ready to have some dinner. Alright, welcome back. Now, our egg noodles are those really nice thick ones, and they have been boiling here for about 18 minutes. We'll go ahead and get these off. Oh, those are pretty. Now remember, we have salted this water pretty heavily, like ocean flavor. If your noodles aren't in salted water when you cook them, if this plain water has no flavor, your noodles are going to have no flavor. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get these drained. Drop your noodles back into your pot. That way, that little excess bit of water will come off of them. Now, it's time that we get to plate up some of this yummy golden goodness. Some of those fabulous egg noodles. Now, when you're storing this, be sure that you don't store your noodles in the same pot as the rest of your soup. Now, the reason for that is that when you do that and you put them in the fridge, they continue to absorb that moisture. And what happens is you end up with this big lump of sort of chicken noodle, whatever it is. So store your noodles separately and just put them in the bowl when you're ready to serve. So here we have our chicken soup. And oh, can I just tell you how absolutely wonderful that actually smells. That is just, I mean, it's heaven. Go ahead and get our ladle here. You can see all those big chunks of chicken and those little adorable little onions in there. Get that all in there, nestled into that perfect little bowl of soup there. Now we're going to go ahead over here and get some of our dried parsley. Now remember, you can also use fresh. I just happen to have dried today, and so that's just kind of what I used. We'll go ahead and put just a sprinkle on there like that, and now we get to taste it. Piece of that chicken. That is good. Nothing like that good old-fashioned comfort food. You've got those beautiful herbs and those spices. It's absolutely wonderful. Now, I hope that you're going to learn something from what we've done today. You've learned how to chop and dice and how to hold your knife. And now you've got a fabulous chicken noodle soup recipe to have added to your early repertoire. And look at that. Who wouldn't want a beautiful chicken noodle soup with beautiful pearl onions, great chunks of chicken, and those wonderful egg noodles? And remember, the best food is food served with friends. Bon appetito.